stagnating. And that's really what it was for the majority of your life. And it feels like you also were distracted by the other things going on. You filled your life with distractions that really kept you from molding that clay. But when you started to mold that clay, you realized two things. You realized that when you got bored or distracted and you did things that you normally would do in those moments, okay, and took your eyes off of that clay shape would fall in on itself because it was still soft. You hadn't committed yourself to bringing that shape to life and hadn't observed the patience to let it set in, okay? And what you also noticed, there were people around you who were not helping you. And these people who weren't helping you were either distracting you or like distracting you, pulling your attention away from it, or they were at some point, they didn't even see the vision, right? Because the one thing about pottery is that you have to have a vision. You have to be able to see the sculpture, to see the pot in the ball of clay. And the people you had around you did not see this vision, and they would make discouraging remarks to you or just have the energy of, look at what this dude is doing, look at him playing with that ball of clay, especially since you had that ball of clay and had done nothing with it for so long. They felt like you know what I mean? They didn't see the value because you hadn't shown that it was valuable. Ashe? But for some, it was what they have going, so involved with what they have going on and so oblivious to what you're doing and what you're building that they would literally bump into you, just distracted with what they got going on and not even care about the chaos that they were causing in your forward movement. So this made you realize something. I'm talking to a collective who realized you had to lock in. You had to become really focused and really committed, really concentrated on seeing this clay come to fruition. It required you to change your environment, right? And give yourself the peace and the solitude that you needed to be able to create freely. It's your vision of what you want this pot to be. It also required you to stop making space in your studio. And your studio is really, in this analogy, is your life, right? And stop making space in your studio for people who are not helping you create, because in the end, they're either distracting you or you're creating the opportunity for people to tear down what you are building, okay? Do not allow people who are not actively helping you build your dream access to that dream, period. Okay, and now that you are completing this project, it's important in your universe, the universe goddess, God, your angel spirit team are reminding you to find the patience or have the patience to allow that pot to dry. Because remember, it's still wet, it's still soft, right? So you need to remain vigilant and not allow anyone near this pot until it's fully dry. But also you can't rush the process. You're trying to speed up the process and put some fans on it and put a heater there can crack that pot and ruin its integrity. You're gonna need to allow whatever needs to happen for this to become hardened, okay, and solidified to happen. And with that, I'm wishing you nothing but peace, prosperity, abundance, health, and wealth in this moment and in every moment. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Until next time, as always, happy healing.